Hello, this is the TradeTech US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday the 10th and Friday the 11th of October 2019. The rest of the week, as usual, we don't typically do a market preview for Fridays. This week's not going to be any different after what I just saw, although there's a gap tomorrow, but it's just such a horrible day. And now, it was the start of, it was Yom Kippur, but we're going to talk about that, what that means from a volume perspective. There's also some stuff going on in Turkey, which I think is more relevant, and I think the market might be on pause, waiting to see how that unfolds and if it expands into something more regional. I think that's more likely the scenario because we remember when we, in the build up to invading Iraq in the early 2000s, the market was dead for 6 months waiting to see how that played out. We know this is about to hit. It's a very sudden thing. As the president announced this last weekend that we weren't going to support them and pulled out, and so Turkey's already on the move. Will it become a bigger deal than just a couple shots and taking? We'll see what happens, but I think the market is suddenly realizing that there's something to be wary of here. The China situation, as expected, doesn't look like it's turning into anything. I've always said I don't think there's any deal to really be made there that matters. At the end of the day, if both sides are smart, they'll have a face-saving deal that will allow both sides out without really doing anything meaningful. Because otherwise, I think the worst end of the stick ends up coming this way. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. I mean, today's volume was so bad, and we'll look at the intraday action, which is really the problem. But the key things here remain the same thing. We've gone nowhere for months. 13 sell signal in early July, pink risk line that we haven't broken, red stag trend line that we're sitting on, is what it is. Let's go through the major daily charts. So we got crude oil at 52.48 down a little bit, gold up $1.10 to 15.13.19. Doesn't really mean anything. So the S&P cash actually registered as a gain because it gapped up 26.34 points. The NASDAQ 100 up 86.26. And neither one of those does anything to move the market or make the charts get interesting. So none of the easy money being made here. And stocks up 26. The biotech's up 7.35. The Russell 2000 gains 6.86 points. Still hanging near the lows of the year. The VIX back down $1.64. It's been on the rise. The trend closes at 0.76. That puts the 10-day at 1.32. The NASDAQ volume is 1.5 billion shares. So that was the lightest volume day of the year. Well under the 10-day moving average. Except for literally we're rivaling the half day or whatever that was around 4th of July with a full day's volume. It's just horrible. Whatever. Advanced decline ratio on NASDAQ plus 639. Some more stocks up and down on the New York plus 830. Google gains $12.27. It bounced off a static trend line, a couple of them actually, and the 13 sell signal still in place. Apple up $2.63, didn't do anything today. Netflix down $3.19, didn't do anything. Amazon up 16.48, also didn't do anything. Tesla up $4.48, and Facebook up $2.10. Google loses 52 cents. The TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 82 cents, but still near the highs, and the Dow recovered 181 points. So there is that. Now, in terms of intraday action, 5-minute candles, this is one of the flattest days of the year. So, keep in mind, Monday was a pretty small gap down, filled the gap, closed where we opened, right? Tuesday, we gapped down, went a little lower, banged around a little bit. Pretty much we're sitting right where we opened until the last 15, 20 minutes, and then we sold off a bit. Wednesday, we gapped up right back to where we opened on Tuesday. And look how flat everything was going to lunch. One spike candle, but other than that, literally just this horrid range of less than 10 points basically on the S&P. We drifted up in the last 2 hours, but sold off right before the close and came back to basically inside the opening 5-minute candle where we started. So really a horrible day. That's the issue of volume. We know how to trade that, which is you don't trade it. Everybody that's smart doesn't do anything. And it is what it is. In terms of the NASDAQ side, it's fairly similar and not much to look at. All right, so in terms of economic data that's left for the week, CPI on Thursday, an hour before the bell, the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers an hour before the bell, natty gas an hour into the market, 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. On Friday, import-export prices an hour before the bell, preliminary University of Michigan sentiment, and 30 minutes in, and that's it. we'll see what it means. We'll call it from the tape. There's really nothing in the scans based on how bad the volume in the action was. So, church as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.